no. Load. What do you mean? I'm clicking load. Ah, there we go. Hold me like a princess, achievement unlocked. Though Aslan is slight and slender, her body is heavier than it looks. I struggle beneath her unexpected weight, and I almost drop her. Wow, what a I was gonna say fat bitch, but more in a positive way. I'm so tempted to just go. Fortunately, I am able to fortify my grip with magic. My fingers tighten around her upper arms, but not tight enough to leave bruises, and I press her limp body against my chest. At least she's still breathing, that's something. I guess she must have fainted. You! Io stares at me. For a few moments she seems stuck for words. Is she impressed by my strength, thankful for my help, or is she slightly despairing that all kinds of manner have been thrown out the window tonight? Your name is Violet, isn't it? That's right. What of it? You're carrying the lady in your arms. I know. Is there a problem with that? It's the height of vulgarity. Nobody should be able to touch my mistress so brazenly, save for her future husband. I thought I might be breaking a rule or two, but I had no choice. If I didn't catch her, she would have fallen. You wouldn't want her hurting her pretty face, would you? Her wedding is next week, after all. No, that's right. Ah, fuck! Ooh, sorry. I was pulling at I have a problem like pulling at some of my like skin like around my fingernails, like kind of like hangnails, but not really. Like they're more thicker and more difficult to pull off, and I kind of squeeze the part that's trying to heal, and oh fuck, that stung. This is rather inappropriate, but it was very thoughtful of you, I'm sure. I'm too old to carry my lady myself. I would never be able to lift her. Then it's a good thing I'm here, isn't it? In a strange twist of fate, I suppose it might be. Heh. Violet is such a show-off, huh? If my hands weren't full of Aslan, I'd pinch Fion for giving away my true identity so easily. Fortunately, the old maid is so worried about her mistress, she don't know that Fion let my true name slip. She looks like a dashing knight when she's carrying Aslan like that. It isn't fair. I wish she'd carried me like that. Oh, somebody's jealous. So I should take my lady to her room? I think she needs to lie down. Oh, yes, of course. This way, please. And as for you three girls, you can wait here. I don't want more people entering my lady's bedchamber than it is strictly necessary. Io leads me through the complex maze of the Chastain home. All the while I hold on to the comatose Aslan, supporting her in my arms. After what seems like a small eternity, sorry, my fucking glasses are dirty. Let me just quickly clean them. My bad. It's all not smudged, but there's specks. But cleaning it can be a little difficult for me because I worry that I'm gonna smudge it while cleaning it. Did I spray too much of the water stuff? And, ow, fuck. God damn it, pardon. Fuck! My glasses are like loose around the like stick parts. So like they fall down easily. Now I can do the other one. There we go. After what seems like a small eternity, Io leads me to the bedroom, which is every bit as fancy as the rest of the room. Fuck! Shut up! As fancy as the rest of the house. Damn, I like the purple. Looks real nice. You know this is fantasy when royalty are using purple for everything. Or is it only flags that I'm thinking of? Because apparently purple was used with such a rare material that even using like a quarter of purple on like, oh shit, I forgot to put the thingy away. But like putting like, let's say like even the corner portion for a flag, the country would go bankrupt. That's how fucking rare and like hard to make purple is like, that's why there's no purple in flags, because of, you know. The bedroom is golden and white in color, like the drawing room. An ornate 4-poster bed with a canopy is in the corner. The silken sheets are woven with threads of gold. See, this is what I don't understand. I mean, I guess they didn't use too much, so it's kind of silent. But it's like, why do rich people use so much money to like have such ugly attire just because it was expensive, you know? It's like, gold bed frame, I can kind of see it, but it's also kind of extra. Like, just give me a regular wooden bed frame. I don't need it made of gold, because if that shit collapses and falls like a what if situation, then I'm fucking dead. That gold is crushing my skull, and it's only you to blame. You can set my lady down upon the bed, and I can see to her from there. Pardon me. Already. I set Aslan down on her bed. As instructed, she doesn't twitch, even as her head hits the pillow. She must have suffered a nasty shock. I can't help but feel responsible. Thank you for everything you've done for us. I never imagined you would see such an uncouth side of my lady. It is quite embarrassing, really. Please understand that the necklace is very important to her. That's why she reacted so violently. Normally, she is very good at keeping her true feelings in check. Oh, no, I understand. Of course I don't. Not really. But it's clear to me now how dearly Aslan treasures her diamond necklace. I just wonder why. Well, I won't linger any... Shit. Well, I won't linger here any longer. I'll go now. And I won't tell anybody what I saw. Thank you. That would be appreciated. I thought that said appropriate. Io bows her head politely. I'll be sure to reward you handsomely for your help, regardless of whether you find the necklace or not. It's the least I can do after I have caused you so much trouble. I don't give two shits about money. I want a honest apology to my little Neve. Because, you know, whether you're willing or not is up to you. Because I'm getting an apology one way, whether I have to use violent magic or not. So it's your choice of whether you want it to hurt or not. It's really your choice. I couldn't give two shits about the reward. Oh no, don't mention it. I can accept any payment. I can't accept any payment without finding the necklace first. I'll go now. I turn ready to depart when... A soft sound makes me pause in my tracks. Slender, cool fingers wind their way about my wrist like ivy. Could it be Aslan? I look down at the young lady. Her dark hair fans across her pillow. She looks smaller than ever, almost doll-like, surrounded by her large, vast bed. Yeah, because that is a fucking massive bed. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I have a problem because it's like, it's not a really, it's kind of a problem, but it's not. I feel like I'm growing and shrinking, if that makes sense, because where it's like at some points I'm like laying and I feel like, oh yeah, the bed fits perfectly, and then other times I'm laying and no matter how much I try and, you know, like have my body in the center, it feels like my feet are always like hanging off the bottom, and it's like, it feels like I'm growing and shrinking. I know it sounds weird, but it's like at some times it's normal, right? Where it's like I could, like, there's even length of like the mattress and myself, but then other times it's like, nope, you're too big. Surrounded by her large, vast bed, so she finally returned her senses. She's looking at me. She's looking at me as though she can't bear to let me go. Aslan, what is it? I heard that you were going to leave. Well, yes, I have to go. I can't stay here for the night. I know, but I'm used to people leaving me. My mother and my father. I don't want anybody to leave me again. I don't want to be alone tonight. Aslan, Oh! Whoa, hey! Golly! Why did my thighs look that fat? So I'm just distracted, like, damn, it should have been me. Not because of the situation, but I'm just envious of my character's thighs. Wish I was like that, to be honest. Okay, you're laying on my arm. I'm gonna get pins and needles. Unless you want to pin with my needle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was terrible. With this declaration, Aslan pulls me down into the bed with her. Her arm wraps around my waist like I'm some kind of teddy bear, her legs ensnared with mine, ensuring I can't move, and her head is resting against my chest. I'm not one to get flustered easily, especially not by embraces of other women, but I'm usually the one who initiates said embraces. I rarely get pulled into them myself. This is all wrong. This isn't how it should be. I'm the one who should be in control. How did I let this one sleepy, spoiled rich girl get the better of me? Hey, Aslan, get a hold of yourself. I tried to push the girl away, but... You're kidding me, right? Aslan's eyes are closed, her lips are pursed, and it looks like she's fast asleep. There's a small smile on her face, and she looks so peaceful I'd feel guilty if I woke her up. Not knowing what to do, I cast a helpless look at Aslan's maid. Could you give me a hand here? Oh my. Io, however, makes no attempt to separate me from Aslan. Instead, she only watches, staring. I always knew Milady was a cuddler. She used to cling to me all the time when she was young, but I thought she had grown out of it by now. Perhaps she was suppressing her urges this whole time. That's all well and good, but can't you get her off of me? She must be breaking any number of taboos. Indeed, you're right. I should separate the pair of you, but what? I haven't seen my lady look so relaxed in a long time. She's been so stressed over this dreadful business with her missing necklace. I think she deserves a good night's sleep for once. I might be getting sentimental in my old age, but I just don't have the heart to come between you. Well, find the heart. She's crushing my arm. Fu. Don't you for me, bitch. Io grins ominously. Do you mean to say, Violet, you cannot handle my lady's affection? You, a self-proclaimed adventurer? I'm sure you've been in a situation far more perilous than this before. Why, you... that old bat. For all she talks about manners and etiquette, she's obviously getting a huge kick out of this. Now then, I hope you two have sweet dreams. But what about my companions? What are you gonna tell Fion and Elena and Neve? Especially Neve. If she finds out I've spent the night cuddling with Aslan, she'll be livid. But Io only smiles. Dramatically. I'm real scared to. Look, I just see the NIG and it is scaring me. It is. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce that because I'm so scared of, like, saying something else by accident. Or, like, mispronouncing. I am so fucking scared. Enmatically. That's all I'm saying. I know it's wrong, but I don't have the code to try and, you know. Oh, don't worry about that. I am worrying quite a bit. I'll take care of everything for you, Violet. It'll be alright, I promise. You just enjoy yourself with Lady Aslan. I'm counting on you to help her get some proper rest. The gods know the poor dear deserves it. She really has been having a hard time lately. This might be the last chance she gets to relax. Uh-oh. She's getting closer. She's awfully warm. Unbelievably warm. Yet soft. I like to think that she is completely warm, but my character is completely cold to the touch. And so, in the end, I spent the night in Aslan's bed. Son of a bitch, that still stings. The young lady's arm and legs are so thoroughly intertwined with mine I can barely breathe. It's impossible to prise her off. I suppose I could always hit her with a spell, then slip out of her embrace in the confusion, but that might cause her serious harm. I don't like being cuddled quite this tightly. I'm a girl, not a stuffed toy, but I don't dislike it to the extent that I want to hurt Aslan. Instead, I try and bear it. It could be worse, I tell myself. At least she smells good and she doesn't snore and she's pretty. But I still can't sleep. Aslan's embrace is far too warm. I thought it was because we were still wearing clothes, but now I'm starting to wonder. The heat radiating from Aslan's body is intense. She's far, far hotter than any normal human, and I don't mean in the terms of her looks. I press my forehead against Elaine's experimentally, trying to gauge just how warm she is, and I draw back as though I've been stung. My forehead is burning. Her temperature is so high she could have some kind of fever, but Aslan's face remains easy and relaxed as she sleeps. She isn't gasping for air, and her face isn't red. She's not even sweating. She's just warm. Unnaturally so. Why is that? Does she have a medical condition? I look at her curiously, my eyes narrowed, as though this might help me understand her. Perhaps she senses me staring because her eyelashes flutter open, her lips pursed. But, Violet? That's a me. I'm glad. Aslan snuggles a little closer to me, nuzzling her cheek against my own. I was afraid you were going to leave. I can't leave, not with your arms wrapped around me so tightly. If I wanted to go, I'd have to break them. You wouldn't really hurt me, would you? I can't deny I haven't thought about it, but I think I'd feel too guilty. You're too pretty to injure. I'm glad you think I'm pretty. Siren's never told me that. But isn't he supposed to be your fiancé? That's right, but I don't know if he really likes me. Though Aslan's eyes are open, she's engaging in conversation. I don't think she's really awake. Her words are slurred and her eyes are only half open. What? What the fuck? What did you send me? Oh fuck! I'm sorry. Like Henry sent me an image, right? Oh, 2 images, right? And the first one is a screenshot of like it's not the video itself, like it's the thumbnail of this, but without words and shit. And the next image is the pigtail bitch from Murder Drones that goes, and that's not a meme or a shitpost, that's just porn. I'm sorry. I just wasn't expecting that. And that's not a meme or a shitpost. That's just porn. That's all he said. I'm fucking dying. It's just a like reaction image to the thumbnail. Oh, sorry, that was. I'm sorry. Oh, that was so fucking funny. I can't believe oh god. Oh, it's such a perfect reaction to the thumbnail. It just fucking kills me. I'm sorry. Sorry, let me sorry, let me calm down. Oh, my apologies. My apologies. I keep thinking about it. It's what is making me laugh. Sorry. I think I'm good now. sorry. I don't think I'm over it. I'll try to. I'll try to continue. My bad. She's vulnerable, defenseless. Maybe in her in her sleepy state, I can get some useful information. Sorry. Maybe in her sleepy state, I can get some useful information out of her. She'd be too embarrassed to share it with me otherwise. What about you? Do you like Siren? I don't know, he's so serious and he's so stuck up. He's never liked my family either. Pardon me. I think he was glad when my parents died. He went to their funeral, but he didn't look very sad. When did your parents die? It was a long time ago, when I was only 7 years old. How did it happen? We were returning to Linton after visiting a relative in Montier. My brain's spacing out. Montier? It was dark and we had to go through the forest to get back. I was asleep and then I was woken up by a horrible noise. Bandits? No, if it was bandits, they wouldn't have been so cruel. It was wolves. They attacked our carriage and killed our horse. They killed our driver too. Then they got my father and my mother. But you survived? That's right, I was lucky. The sun started to rise and it scared the wolves away. They ran back into the trees and they left the carriage. They left me all alone. My parents were dead, but I was still alive. Aslan sniffs. Sorry. Cut that out, I'm sure. Sometimes I wish they'd kill me too, but they didn't. You're still here and you need to be strong. What, were they in the carriage? Did the wolves fucking figure out how to open doors? What the fuck? I run my fingers through the young lady's hair. Your parents sacrificed themselves to save you. I'm sure they'd be very upset if their beloved daughter died despite their efforts. That's what Io says. She feels so guilty that she wasn't with us on that day. She couldn't help us. Io loved my mother and father. She would have done anything for them. I'm sure she'll do anything for you too. Oh no, that's me. And I'm sure she'll do anything for you too. Oh, what? Okay, I got a notification. Just something about the news. Don't worry. And I'm sure she'll do anything for you too. That's right. She's a horrible nag sometimes, but I know she does it because she cares. I'm the last surviving member of the Chastain family. I have to act like a perfect lady so I don't disgrace the memory of my parents. You don't have any cousins or other family, like, to live with you? I have to preserve my family's reputation. I do my duty. And that's why you're going to marry Siren? That's right. My family is in debt and I have no way to make more money. I thought if I married into the Chastain family, they'd be able to help me. I need them to help me. They're the only ones I can turn to, though I know they look down on me. Secretly, I think Siren despises me. But you're still going to marry him. I have to. If I don't marry him, my house will be taken away from me and all my parents' lovely things. This is the only choice I have. I see. This does sound complicated. Being a noble sounds like a massive pain in the ass. You need the diamond necklace for the wedding ceremony. No, that isn't right. The necklace is even more important than that. Then what do you need it for, if not the wedding? I need it because it's precious to me. If I don't have that necklace, if I can't get it back, I'd rather die. On the surface, Aslan's words sound like a petty melodrama. What girl needs a piece of jewelry, even a very pretty one? Diamond necklaces are luxurious, not essentials. But Aslan, despite being half asleep, sounds so serious. I'm starting to wonder, what if she really does need that necklace to keep living? What does that mean? Aslan? Hey, Aslan. I have more questions I want to ask you. I have more questions I want to ask her, but... Oh, I see. Aslan's eyelashes are shut and her lips are pursed. Her chest is rising and falling gently. She's fallen asleep again. I wonder if she'll remember our little late-night chat tomorrow. Somehow I doubt it. I'll just need to remember the conversation for the both of us. I'm sure there's important clues in her words. I just don't know what it is. Oh wait, BRB. Someone knock at the door. glad you're finally learning. My mother's being a pain in the ass, so I decided to also be a pain in the ass, and now she's mad. And like she has like a pain somewhere, right? And I'm like, yo, thank you for the cup of tea, right? And as I close the door, I just hear, oh, my pain's gone now. And I just slowly open the door and just look at her. She's like, I'm joking, right? And so I just leave the door open because I know she hates it. And I walk down to my room and she's like, I swear I'm gonna hit you one of these days. Oh wait, you might like that, never mind, because whenever like she goes, I swear I'm gonna hit you, I either like give her like a face of like a face, you know, just to fuck with her, right? I'll give like a type of face like as if I'm going to enjoy it, or like I'd go, ooh. And she's like, shut up. it's like it's fun banter like that I appreciate, you know. It's not true hatred, although I can get pretty pissy, but like just back and forth shit like that. So I'm like, oh, you're learning. Like, oh shit, did I? No, I did. I was talking about the dementia joke I pulled on her like yesterday, or whatever. I was like, did I talk about that? I probably didn't, but like I'm pretty sure I did. The next morning, Aslan shifts slightly in her large, luxurious bed. Her long, dark eyelashes flutter. For the first time, her iron death grip around me relaxes. Finally, I can breathe. I forgot just how delicious the air could taste, especially after being cinched in around the waist by this frightening girl for a good 8 hours. Golly, but wait... Okay, that outfit pisses me off because it's like it's more the underboob that bothers me, right? Because I'm not really smart when it, like, I don't know much about when it comes to like female lingerie, right? But it's like if you're gonna have like a see-through lacy thing, you'd either have nothing or at least like proper like you know, proper bra and underwear, not just like skimmed down, you know. But I guess technically, I guess the underwear would be skimmed down because of the line, and now that's bothering me as well, but whatever. I slip out from her grasp and take a seat on the side of her bed. But that's what bothered me, like how if I was stuck for around 8 hours, right? Ever since she went to sleep, right? How did I get changed if she wouldn't let go of me? That's what I don't understand. My whole hero uniform thing. Or, you know, adventurer's uniform. During the night, I used my magic to transform my peasant's garb into my night clothes. I did the same to Aslan, turning her gown into a rather fetching set of underwear. Oh, okay, that makes more sense, but it still bothers me. I thought wearing a few less items of clothing might take it a bit easier for the pair of us to sleep in. Not that I got much rest either. Oh well, I guess that counts as a bonus, right? Whoa! So is this, like, clothing you put on her, or is this just her clothing? Because, I'm gonna be honest, this looks like absolute dog shit. Again, it's like, you're trying to like, oh, more skin. You can have more skin without having such dog shit designs for like, you know, the lingerie. I know I may sound like I'm being picky, but it bothers me. It just looks... Look at that. That does not look pleasant at all. Bitch, are those overalls on your fucking undergarments? You got fucking pearls. That's not gonna be comfortable. Like, you know when you lay... Like, you know when you lay on, something, it leaves like a little phone outline or a cord outline? That's what it's gonna be. Fucking little circles around your waist. And the ones around her bra isn't holding shit. What's going on? Aslan looks at me, barely blinking white spots away from her vision. I'm not sure if she can see me clearly. I probably look blurry around the edges. I thought I was in the drawing room with eye open. Then Oh, you don't remember? What? Violet? That's right. But you, This is my bedroom, isn't it? That's right. At least it was the last time I checked. But I've never invited anybody to my bedroom before. Nobody's allowed to come in other than myself and Io. Ah, what a pure, sheltered girl. She's so naive, it's almost making my heart flutter. I'm not really that interested in boys. Not if they're all like Siren. Oh, really? Then do you prefer the attention of pretty women? No, I don't know. You mean you don't think I'm pretty? Oh. Emotional manipulation, let's fucking go! That isn't true. I do think you're pretty. I think you're ever so pretty. No, not just that. You're beautiful. Beautiful, Well, I appreciate it. You're not so unattractive yourself. Particularly in those night clothes I picked out for you. Well, wait, back? Oh, okay, she said that. Okay, this is in my mind. Particularly in those night clothes I picked out for her. Well, since I'm such a nice, kind, caring woman, I suppose it's my duty to help her along a little. I wonder, what is it? Wait, is that why you dragged me into bed with you last night? I don't know why, but that mouth bothers me a little bit, mostly because it's not connected. It looks like it looks like an AI generated mouth. I'm not saying this is AI art. Not saying that, you know. It's beautifully hand drawn, but it's just saying it looks like, you know, it had those like smudges and the fingers are like connected together and shit. Huh? What are you talking about? I don't really remember much of last night. You told me about the necklace and you said you still hadn't found it. I tried to calm myself down, but then my head started swimming and everything went black. So you erased the events of last night from your memory. How convenient. I didn't do anything bad to you, did I? Well, that depends on what you mean by bad. I don't really mind, though I suspect Neve might, but I was rather surprised. Surprised? You look like such a demure, well-bred lady. I didn't expect you to be quite so forceful. I must say, I was very surprised when you pulled me down into your bed with you. I tried to get away, but you were much too strong for me. You wrapped your arms around me and refused to let me go. I still don't know precisely what I did, but I'm sorry. I'm never gonna let her live this down. Sorry? Is that all you have to say for yourself? I don't know what you mean. Things? What things? What did I do? I don't know if I should tell you. This kind of talk isn't suitable for so early in the morning. Oh, please don't trail off like that. Please tell me. I don't know what I did, and I can't make it right unless I know what happened. Aslan opens and closes her mouth, trying to search for something to say, but ultimately comes up blank. How can she explain the events of last night? It's not possible. And so it is, with a loud wail. Wow, this is so embarrassing! I really am so very, very sorry! The esteemed head of the Chastain family, Lady Aslan, throws herself down on her bed and buries her face in her pillow. I thought it was gonna be like another picture of her ass in the air or whatever, flailing her legs or some shit like that. I have to spend the next 30 minutes reassuring Aslan that nothing scandalous really happened between us, and all she did was cuddle me, and I was only teasing. I apologize for poking fun at her. I just couldn't help it. You're too adorable for your own good. And Aslan seemed to accept it. At least I think she does. Her eyes are still full of residual tears, and it's hard to tell. After that, the two of us got dressed. I helps Aslan into a new gown, which considerably looks just like the one she wore yesterday, but I don't have any maids to wait on me. I use my own magic to transform my night clothes into my adventurer's garb. It's a simple process, but it's quite peculiar. Lately, I've grown used to Neve brushing my hair and trying the laces of my corset. Being without her, even for one morning, is pretty lonely. I want to say kind of relaxing, but fuck. Let's say this, Brian. I'll say pretty lonely, and then I'll do a replay of this and do the opposite things I did, right? Alright? Because, it's only been a day, and I can imagine how clingy she can be. I love her, but sometimes she's a bit much, you know? Pretty lonely. It's not like I need Neve to help me, help make me presentable, but I do enjoy her company. When she isn't muttering death threats about those she believes to have wronged me, Neve's quite a good conversationalist too. My mornings feel empty without her in them. I've come to rely on my maid more than I have ever thought I would. When Aslan and I are ready, we leave her bedroom and enter the drawing room, where I met with three familiar faces. Why, hello. Did you girls miss me? I don't know if miss is the correct word, but I'm pleased to see you once more, Violet. This means we can once more return to the quest at hand. Business like usual. Elena replies in a cool, calm tone, as befitting a knight. Well, at least she accompanies her words with a smile, albeit a very small one. That's something. Yo, you're looking pretty happy this morning. Naturally. It's because she had a good bed rest. Sorry. Naturally. It's because she had a good bed to rest her weary head in, rather than a lumpy, scratchy mattress of that so-called inn. I'm pleased Violet spent the night in the Grander's home. It's nothing less than what she deserves. Fionn tuts and shakes her head. Oh, gentle, sweet Neve. What is it? Did you really think the bed's the only reason why Violet looks so happy? I fail to see what other reason would contribute to her happiness. Now you're being dense on purpose! Would you mind elaborating, Fion? Oh, she's getting grumpy. Well, sure, if you really want me to. You know how Violet is with pretty girls. Be that as it may, I think Violet has more decorum than that. What makes you so sure of that, I trust her. Violet already has me. No, I think you're misunderstanding. Violet wasn't the one who instigated, or Violet wasn't the one who instigated any, advances. I haven't been sleeping well lately, and I've been very stressed about business with the necklace. I realize these are poor excuses, and I'm sorry for causing a rift between you, but it seems I insisted on using Violet as a pillow last night so I could get some sleep. I only cuddled her. Nothing scandalous happened, I assure you. After all, I am a lady. It was still wrong of me, however. I should have controlled my impulses. I apologize. I just hope you can forgive me. Ah, so that's how it is it? Fion scratches her cheek with her index finger. Guess I was wrong then. Of course you were. Like I said, Violet has morals. I mean, I may have some morals, but there's not a lot. I think there's maybe 4, 8 if you're lucky. I mean, Neve isn't wrong about that, but my morals are often shaky at best. She was the victim in this case, not the perpetrator. I think you should apologize for making such baseless assumption, Fion. Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess I owe you a gold coin, Elena. What's this about a coin? Huh? Oh, it's like, what's this about coins? It is nothing to concern yourself about. We merely placed a small bet. Now this is an interesting development. I would have expected that kind of behavior from Fion, but you too, Elena? You're supposed to be a knight. Since when do knights indulge in excuses like gambling? I didn't really want to. Fion badgered me into it. I thought I might as well. It was only to keep her quiet. I can't say I like this discovery. Novel though it is, if Fion and Elena really respected me, they wouldn't make bets like this, would they? What should I do? Scold Elena for encouraging Fion. Castrate Elena for putting... Nah, we're scolding her. Scold Elena for encouraging Fion. I pursed my lips together. I don't know how I feel about you making bets in regards to my private life, Elena. I know it was uncouth of me. I'm sorry, Viola. I only did it because Fion can be demanding, I know, but you only had to ignore her. I hope you can act with the decorum fitting of a knight in the future. Yes, Viola, I apologize. Elena hangs her head, shamed face. At least she'll think about doing that. At least she'll think about doing that again in a hurry. Anyway, now the four of us have been reunited. We all know for a fact Violet's virtue is safe.
Oh fuck, I'm a virgin? Goddamn, pardon me. Fuck. Surrounded by women and I still get no bitches. You're an exception, Neve. Like, you are not a bitch. You are a precious thing that to love and cherish. You two, you are heinous and despicable. You disgust. I'm sorry. Pardon me. If Neve really thinks my virtue is safe, then she'll have a nasty surprise later. Did I fuck? Did I fuck? Did I fuck?
I think we should get a moving on. Oh shit. I think we should get a move on. We only have one more day to find that necklace, and time waits for no man.
Or woman.
One more day. Aslan bites her lower lip. Violet, can I ask you something?
Ask away.
It might sound imprudent. I don't know what the fuck that word means. Like, I think I heard it before, but I don't know what it means. But I would like to accompany you in your search to find my missing necklace.
But my lady, you can't. Your place is inside the walls of this house,
where I can keep you safe.
Not out on the streets. What would people say?
I don't care what the people say, Io. I've spent my whole life afraid of what other people might say about me, but no more. You should know better than anybody that people of this city will say worse things about me. Much, much worse things if I can't find that necklace.
I know, my lady, but the necklace is important to me. I need to find it, no matter what. I can't let it slip into the wrong hands, or we'll all be in grave danger.
These adventurers searching hard for my sake, but that isn't right. It's not how it should be. I'm the one who needs the necklace. I should be searching for it too. I want to help them. I have to. Aslan's finger rests against her cheek, just above her heart. Though I can't hear her heart beating, she's too far away. We're not curled up together like we were last night. I'm sure it's pounding like that of a frenzied animal. That's how much this necklace means to her. That's how desperately she wants to find it. I know this is sudden, and perhaps I'm not welcome amongst you, but can I come with you? Would that be alright?
Pardon me.
There is always a chance you may slow us down. I doubt you're accustomed to walking long distances. It's true, my concentration is rather weak. What the fuck is that word? But I'm serious about this. I'll endure the pain. I'll endure whatever it takes, so please. I'm not sure what to say. Under normal circumstances, I'd say no, but...
Hey, why not? The more the merrier.
But she could get hurt.
Like you care about her getting hurt. You just worry she'll cozy up to Violet, ain't ya?
No, that isn't it. I'm not worried, and I'm certainly not jealous. I just don't want to put an innocent girl like this in harm's way. If we do find the thief who took the necklace, we may need to fight them.
I doubt this girl has any training in hand-to-hand combat. Neither have I. I mean, not properly.
That's different. You're not a lady.
Fucking hell! How How rude! I'm plenty a lady, even if I don't wear fancy clothes and put on airs and graces. I'm sorry for putting you in a difficult position. I'll understand if you decide to refuse my selfish request. It isn't selfish. You said you wanted to help us, didn't you? That's right. I'll try my best, madam. Madam? Is it? It's been a while since I was treated with such respect. I think you might make a worthwhile addition to our team. You should improve our morale, at least. But you should improve our morale at least. But at the end of the day, it isn't my decision to make. What do you think, Violet? Elena looks at me. So does Neve and Fion. I will... Wait. I would defer to your superior judgment. What is your verdict? Oh, she's so precious. I love her so much. What? I want to get back into watching the Underverse series, but it's like I have to re-watch it and shit. And my problem is, because there's no voice acting, it's clicking and pausing so I can fucking read the words, because they'll have, like, when a character's excited, it'll, like, go past it. I'm like, fuck, do I have to read this at 0.25 speed? Jesus Christ! Pardon me. But, like, seriously, you know, and I kind of just haven't been able... It's like same with, I want to kind of get back into, like, you know, the other one with, created by Camilla, but then, like, I'm kind of hesitant because of, like, there's been a lot of drama around her, so I'm like, maybe I should just stay back for a little while, you know? And, like, not even for a little while, part of me is, like, kind of... It's not that I'm disinterested, right? But it's the fact that, like, with all this, it's just, like, kind of... It's hard to say, but, like... It's not that I'm disinterested in the series, but it's also, like... I'm kind of... fuck. It's this feeling of, like, not interested, right? But that's not the word I'm looking for. I don't know how to experience. Like, I am interested, but I'm also kind of bored of it, I guess. But I'm not. It's hard to explain, right? Because of, like, the whole thing, and it's like, yikes. Aslan's so cute. Can we keep her? Can we keep her? Well, she certainly sounds passionate. I like that. I smiled at Aslan. Her hands are clasped together at her chest in prayer, and she's silently mouthing what looks like, please, please, please. She is not doing that. Her hands aren't even together. Her determination can't be faulted. For a lady who wears fancy clothes and lives in a fancy mansion, she's more stubborn than she looks. This isn't fair. How can I fight against one of my biggest weaknesses? I can't refuse a request from a pretty girl. Clouds! So, with the size of our group increased by 1, the 5 of us searched the streets for possible clues. We split up into 4 groups. Neve, Fion, and Elena go alone, but I accompany Aslan as a noble. She stands out too much, canvassing the cobblestone streets on her own. I wouldn't want her to get into any danger. I should have put her with Neve, because I know Neve can whoop some fucking ass. But then again, that would kind of draw too much attention. We don't want that. But the other one, I trust okay, I don't trust Fion. But Elena, right? It's like, sure, she could protect her, but let's say, because she doesn't have the intent to kill, there could be a hostage situation, and it'd be like a draw where it's like, you know, if she gets any closer, then the pretty girl gets a cut on her neck. And I wouldn't want her to get into any danger. It's a warm day, and the hours go by slowly. The sunlight starts burning the top of Aslan's head and her exposed shoulder, but she refuses to stop or sit down. Like she promised, she doesn't slow me down. In fact, she throws herself into questioning the people on the streets with such fever. I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one slowing her down. All of Aslan's best efforts, however, are for naught. The five of us eventually reconvene in the afternoon outside the guild. We share what news we've uncovered, which turns out to be very little. We're no closer to solving the mystery of the missing necklace than we were this morning. Oh no, what are we going to do? The sun is going to set soon, and when that happens, it will be far too late. Hey, don't be so gloomy, lady. The sun's still high in the sky. Look, we have at least 4 more hours, I reckon. 4 hours? Only 4 hours? How can we find my necklace in 4 hours if we don't have any clues? We can't do that. Or we can't do it. It's not possible. It certainly won't be possible with that attitude. What do you mean? It's rather simple. Asking pedestrians indiscriminately may have yielded few results, but there is one person we haven't asked yet. One person? And who's that? It's somebody who loves to gossip, and who prides herself on knowing each and every little thing that happens in Linton. If anybody in the city will know anything about your missing necklace, this person will know. After all, she's one of the first people who learned it was missing in the first place. But who could that be? They're not some sort of spy, are they? It might not be entirely inaccurate to refer to as such. I believe I know what you're getting at. Indeed, it has to be her. I wonder why we didn't ask her for more information earlier. You don't mean... That's right. It's been a while since we last spoke to the guild leader, hasn't it? Why don't we pay Madai a visit? I'm sure she'll be delighted to see us again. You and your shit outfit. I'm sorry, I'm in a violent mood, you know? Information, is it? So, you haven't managed to learn anything else about the missing necklace? Regrettably, no. Aslan herself even joined in the search. I gestured the newest member of our team. But we're still at something of a loss. Oh, so my eyes aren't playing tricks on me then. That is Lady Aslan. I was wondering who that girl with you was. I thought she looked familiar, but I didn't want to assume. I'd never seen you in the guild before, Lady Aslan. Whenever you have business with me, you always send that maid of yours, Io, isn't it? Yes, that's right. Ha! Io, what a funny name! Well, her name might be a bit of a mouthful, but she's an intimidating woman. She has a nose like a beak and those piercing eyes. I'm surprised you turned out so soft and sweet, Lady Aslan. Being raised by such a formidable woman, you're as fresh as a flower. Thank you. Nobody's ever told me I'm like a flower before. Not even Siren? He's different. I don't think he has nice things to say about anybody other than himself. I'm sure he has his reasons, though. People often do. What kind of girl are you? Trying to find a... Like... What a kind girl you are, trying to find the good in everyone like that. Oh, you're really adorable. It's an honor to finally meet you. I don't know why. I have a violent urge to stab her in the side of the ribs, like, multiple times. It's just to prove a point. Sneak attack! Didn't expect that. Well, I guess I could... Sneak attack again! Oh, you're bleeding out. Oh, well... Well, I guess I hope you learned your lesson, right? Oh, you want me to heal you? Yeah, here, let me just help you up and... Sneak attack from the other side now! Oh, I think she passed out. Sneak attack! So, like, what do you mean? Like, no, I think she's had enough. Are you sure? Yeah, I think she's good. I think you proved your point. Oh, well, you say, sneak attack from behind! No more sneak attacks. Why? Why not? Ah! No more sneak attacks. I didn't say anything. Yeah, but you announced your attack. What do you mean? Fucking hell, you scared me.
I believe in you. You can get him.
He goes, mother comes in and goes, you can get him, I believe in you, and just sees the titties on the screen. Like, what do you, it's like the person doesn't understand they're speaking out loud rather than in their mind. Okay, I'm healing you. Sneak attack breaks the neck! I'm sorry, I'll heal you now. Achievement, let's be friends. With a bright smile, Madai pulls Aslan into a sudden, unexpected embrace. My throat's burning. Aslan eyes widen. She blinks in alarm, her cheeks slowly turning pink. Oh, I forgot to make a playlist for this. Okay, I'll do that afterwards. Aslan's eyes widen. She blinks in alarm, her cheeks slowly turning pink. What are you doing? Think nothing of it. This is a standard Asfin greeting. It's perfectly normal. I've never heard of anything like this before. But if you say it's normal, I suppose there's nothing wrong with it. She accepted it so easily. I know Aslan's rather sheltered. She did spend most of her life inside her home being coddled by Io, but she's not that innocent, is she? In her attempts to keep Aslan safe, separated from the common riffraffs of society, Io might paradoxically have made her an easy target for crooks and criminals. No. Oh, wait. No, there's nothing normal about this. There isn't? Of course not. Hugs aren't something that should be given out for free. They're reserved for people you really truly like. Then there's no problem. I truly really like Aslan. But you hardly know her. I must admit, this does seem rather fast. Heh! What can I say? I'm weak when it comes to cute girls. But you never tried to hug any of us. You girls are all beautiful in your own way, but you're not my types. Ow! I prefer elegant ladies like Aslan here. Oh, is she talking shit to me? I don't think Neve likes that. right on cue.
Are you saying Violet isn't elegant?
She's plenty elegant with her long white hair. But she's the leader of your little group, isn't she?
That's right. There's nobody more qualified to lead us than, Violet.
Well, I'm not a fan of girls who take control. I'm kind of pushy myself, you see, and there'd be a bit of a clash.
You don't need to explain yourself. I can see that already.
I can see it only too well, in fact. She doesn't seem like the type who enjoys taking orders from others. And we'll simply have to let her take orders by force.
So she likes Aslan, does she?
Good for her. Good for her. I was just thinking of those bitches gay. Good for them. Like, oh my god, those bitches gay. Good for them. Good for them. Ah, shit. Testing audio. Just wait. Testing audio. Testing audio. Okay, so I was like making sure everything was connected, and I heard a click, and I was worried that you guys couldn't hear me, and like only now started to hear me. But by the sounds of it, sorry. Yeah. So it sounds like it's working.
I wonder if the two of them might be able to become friends in the future, or even something more. From what I've gathered, Aslan's led quite a lonely life. It might be nice if she could make a companion or two in the city.
Aslan, on the other hand, is totally in my strike zone.
Strike zone?
It means you suit my preferences down to the T. Down to a T.
Is that so? I suppose being wanted like this is kind of nice.
What an honest girl. You really are adorable.
I can see why Io wants to keep you all to herself. She probably wants to protect her from people like you.
Hey, I resent that. My intentions are pure. Anyway.
Mad-Eye draws back from Aslan and offers her a smile.
I don't know why, but my brain's kind of imagining Mad-Eye with a Australian accent. Have I told you how I hate, like, my voice? Because I really, like, it, like, even though I'm Australian, like, I really wish I had, like, that true outback fucking, crikey, mate! Like, that true outback, like, accent, and it always makes me sad when, because it's like, because it's so thing is like, oh, I have an accent, but I can't hear it because I gotten used to it, right? You know, and so, like, if you go to other places, you slowly get an accent, and then you won't hear it because you've been there. But then, I don't understand, it's like, if that's the case, why do other Australians sound like they have more of an accent if we're all Australian? You know what I mean? That's what I don't understand.
Mad-Eye draws back from Aslan and offers her a smile.
It's funny, isn't it, that the two people can live in the same city almost all their lives, but never once meet one another.
It isn't that strange. Io has been rather protective of me ever since my parents died, so she doesn't let me leave the house very often.
Well, it's a nice big house you got, isn't it? I don't know if I'd want to brave the great outdoors if I lived somewhere like that. Say though, this is just something I've heard from on the grapevine, but is it true your family's fallen on hard times lately?
Whatever do you mean by that?
Aslan doesn't respond in the affirmative, but the embarrassed glow that turns her cheeks pink is more than enough of a confirmation for Mad-Eye. Yes, that's what I thought. That's why you're going to marry that siren boy, isn't it? Financial security. Marrying for money isn't as pretty as marrying for love, of course. There ain't many fairy tales about that, but it's practical. There's no shame in it. I'd be devastated if I had a lovely family home like yours, my lady. It was taken off me because the debt my forefathers had racked up. I just think about all those lovely paintings and the rugs and the furniture. I bet it'd fetch a pretty penny, and there's a sentimental value as well. Who told you all that? It's not my nature to rat out my informants. It's a secret, and have a lot of them sometimes. I think I know more about the going on in Linton than the gods themselves. Wow, what an amazing person. I didn't know somebody so powerful lived in Linton. Your cute little face looks so earnest, my lady. I beg your pardon? You shouldn't take everything I say so seriously. I was joking. Elena clears her throat. Now that you've become acquainted with Lady Aslan, there's one question we would like to ask you. Oh yes, of course. Where are my manners? You said it was urgent, didn't you? Yes, it is urgent, very. It's about the missing necklace. You want to know if I heard any rumors about its whereabouts, If you could, I would be much obliged. Well, I don't usually give out information like this for free, but you girls have helped me out an awful lot over the last month. You completed a lot of quests. I should thank you for that in some way. Plus, I got to confirm a few interesting rumors I've heard about Lady Aslan. That knowledge is worth its weight in gold. You're not gonna spread stories to the whole city, are you? Oh, don't you worry about that. I'm not that indiscriminate. I just like knowing secrets. Me, I don't always want to share them. Who? Aslan exhales in relief. Io tells me you're a busybody, but you might not be a bad person after all. I think Aslan might be a bit too trusting myself. I wouldn't trust Mad-Eye with any of my secrets, and I have a wealth of them. Aslan's innocence is rather refreshing, though. Like a cool sea breeze, it's enough to make Mad-Eye laugh. Is that what Io says about me? Oh yes, she says all kinds of things, and more besides. She thinks you can't be trusted, and you're like a vulture, and you wouldn't be able to keep a secret even if you were the only person left alive and asked. Aslan recites all the insults, each more pointed than the last, without any ill will or eerie. Mad-Eye recoils a little from the unexpected barrage, smiling sheepishly. Aha, ouch. Well, old Io might have a point, but I remain loyal to you, Lady Aslan. I've always liked you. It's hard not to like a girl with such a tragic past, and now I can see you just as pretty as the stories say, and ladylike to the boot. So what? She would like the gender reversal, so like the Batwoman, like Bruce Wayne, but like, as a girl. They're like, my parents died. Damn, that's hot. I like that in a woman. I really do hope that you find your missing necklace, and that's why I'm going to tell you everything I know about it. I don't know much, mind, but it might be something for you to work with. Mad-Eye's voice drops to a whisper once more. My source told me on the night of your necklace was stolen. A dramatic pause. Somebody saw a shadowy figure running into the nearby forest. The forest? That's right. Rumors has a group of thieves have set up camp deep in the woods. If those thieves really did steal your necklace, then I'm sure it'll be there somewhere. Aslan frowns, her brow furrows. I haven't been in the forest in a long, long time. Not since my parents. She bites her lip. Aslan? I rest a hand on her shoulder. You're not scared, are you? I don't want to be scared, but I can't help it. I know it happened a long, long time ago, and I'm sure I'm being silly, but what if we were attacked by wolves again? It isn't safe to go too deep into the woods. That's what I always tells me. I think she's right too. It is too dangerous if you venture too out into the forest. You don't need to come with us if you don't want to. We can retrieve the necklace on your behalf. That is our job after all. I'm sure Mad Eye wouldn't mind if you waited in the guild with her. Of course not. I'd be happy to spend more time with you, in fact. You would? Yep, I heard a lot about you, though through hearsay, but I've never had the chance to actually speak to you in person. I like to learn more about you from your own lips instead of other people's. Oh, she's hiding behind me. That's adorable. That doesn't help me when I'm fucking four feet tall. Oh, that makes it different. Like, should we have a regular small size Charlotte or a tall Charlotte, which is basically normal size, you know, like a regular sized person? Because I'm just thinking of this little gremlin witch with a large staff, like shooting magic. Like, oh, she's so cute and adorable. There's no way she can fucking like hurt anyone. Shoots a tiny fireball, sends flying behind Elena. Like, oh, like you missed. Try again, and then like it goes flying. It hits the forest, and like the whole sky turns red from the flame. And she's like, oh. You did that just from that tiny thing? It's not the size that matters, it's what you can do with it. I, the dark, great witch Viola, shall teach you a lesson. Oh, I'm trying to, because my brain would like teach you a lesson in history, and I'm trying to think, what song is that? And my brain was like, Scooby-Doo, no, 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 Lazy Town, yeah. Or I could have like, because, you know, I love, like, just, Charlotte is, like, adorable and small, like a short stack, kind of, you know? I'm still trying to figure out Charlotte's canonical size, right? Because if you guys don't know, I'm trying to, not change, but more, like, make things make sense, right? Because the way I made Charlotte's backstory, it's like one of those cringy things of like, can do anything, like OP bullshit, right? And I'm trying to change it so it's more enjoyable rather than can like copy any ability, you know? And I'm trying, so like, and with how I described Charlotte, right? Where it's like, her height differentiates depending on who's around, right? Around chicks, she would be around the same height as them. Around guys, she would be around kind of like waist or cock level, right? But if there is a girl and a guy, she'll auto adjust to the guy's waist height, right? If there's multiple tall guys, I think that's where it gets tricky, right? Like if it gets tricky because like different heights, right? So it's like I think it tries to either auto balances to the shortest tall guy waist height, or something like the tallest guy's waist. Yeah, the tallest guy's waist. So like she's would be a bit bigger than normal, but still small around waist, and that's it's confusing. Very, very confusing. And I'm trying to make it make sense. And I don't want to scrap that idea, but I feel like I want to change it so that Charlotte's height is still, you know, more waist level from any guy, right? But because of that, it doesn't change. It doesn't change around girls, so like she would still be kind of waist height or chest height around girls, like still really small. And I'm trying to figure out without it being cringe or confusing, you know? Oh, I figure another information that I'm kind of fixing, right, is the way she, you know, there's like, I've already talked about how she plays roles with these different masks, you know, and she gets into it, and like how she, like, you know, she's the abomination of the multiverse, so like her DNA splices and matches to whatever role she's playing. So I made it a little bit better, right? So the way she can use she has this thing called mimic magic, right? Or fake magic, or whatever you want to call it, right? So let's say she's playing a role where she's in the role of Sans from Undertale, right? Or Papyrus or whatever, right? She can use mimic magic, right? So like in the world, it would be just as a powerful, you know, as the original Papyrus or whoever, right? But she can still use mimic magic outside the world. But the thing is, it is way weaker. So like, it can harm people, but not enough to kill people. Like, it really depends. Like, so imagine something like a paper cut, or like just a small cut, right? Over time, the person's gonna bleed out, right? But outside the world, it's basically a party trick, you know, to like entertain people. So like it can mediumly hurt them, but never enough to actually critically kill them, right? Which I think it makes mimic magic is a better thing of like, oh, the DNA combining, so take her DNA apart, so it switches around to DNA of Sans the Skeleton, so it makes the role better, right? So I think it's really whatever you, because I don't like retconning and changing shit, right? Like, so like there's the first DNA thing, which I still like the idea, but to make it simple, of like, rather than using the, you know, rearranging DNA so she can use abilities of other characters from whatever, I think mimic magic is much better, because sure, it still works as the other one, but it has a downside, right? So like, it's not like, oh, she can use any power from any media, right? So it has a downside, right? So like, depending on like, yeah, so like, depending on how strong said ability is, right? So like, if it's like, let's say someone can summon swords and throw them at them, right? It may damage them in the medium, right? So like, it's more severe, but like, so like, the damage, so hear me out, right? So let's say she grabs a sword and flings it in the stomach, right? Your stomach. The sword itself will make a small cut, but it's more the bleeding out or disemboweled, right? Depending on how deep the cut is. She doesn't... now it's getting confusing, right? So, like, it could disembowel someone, but it's most likely not going to happen because of how weak it is. It just depends on where the sword gets pulled out from. Like, it could get stuck and they have to pull it sideways and someone else would disembowel them, which, in a chance of... technically she would, if that makes sense. But, like, you can have, like... so, like, you know, you can still severely hurt someone. But... okay, it's getting confusing, right? But that's the basis of mimic magic, right? It's basically soft, low to medium injury, never high or critical. It only gets critical if it's someone else unintentionally pulling out said weapon, making them bleed out, or like they're, like, you know? I'll talk about this some other time if people are still interested in it, of, like, you know, changing things. I'm not very interesting though. I'll be the judge of that. I can brew you a cup of tea and we can have a nice chat. And it would end with you eating my pussy. Wouldn't you like that? I would like that. I think talking to someone other than Io sounds nice, but I can't wait in this guild, warm and safe, while the rest of you are out looking for my necklace. How's the volume, right? Because I feel like the music is louder than my voice. So I just want to know, like, can you hear me fine? Am I too loud? Is the music too loud? Is I worried like my explanation of mimic magic is being drowned out by this fucking happy fantasy music bullshit? I can't wait in this guild warm and safe while the rest of you are out looking for my necklace. I told you I was going to help, and I'm going to help until the very end. Does that mean... That's right, I'm going to conquer my fears. I'm going to go into the forest with you. Well? Oh, I love this. I love how it sounds like little music. You there, dun, dun, dun. For a second, you know what I thought it was playing? I thought it was playing dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. But despite the words of advice that Madai gives, this is so boring! We've been wandering around for hours and we still haven't seen anybody! Fion sighs in defeat and leans against the trunk of a nearby sycamore tree, her arms folded. In fact, we haven't even seen any human footprints! There ain't a shred of proof of that any person... There ain't a shred of proof that any people have passed this way in the last few days, let alone thieves. Well, I thought Madai's tip was a bit fishy. Oh, wait, okay, that's still her. What do you mean? I used to be a thief myself. I would have never hidden any of my spoils in the middle of a forest. Forests don't exactly have much protection. There's nothing stopping anybody waltzing into your hideout and taking your stuff, especially if there's nobody there to guard it. I see what you mean. That does make sense. But Madai said there were a band of thieves, did she not? If they were all working together, they could keep the area like this well guarded. Moreover, I heard there are wild animals and monsters this far into the forest. That would be enough of a deterrent to keep normal people away. Those are all good points, but I'm still not buying it. If a whole group of thieves stole that necklace, they'd make a ruckus when they were slipping into Aslan's home. They would have woken Io up for sure.
Perhaps one thief entered the Chaston home to do the job then.
Yeah, could be. But if you stole precious family heirlooms like that on your own, why'd you want to work with a bunch of other people? If it were me, I'd have taken that necklace for myself and bolted.
Well, you're hardly the most honorable of people.
Maybe not, but when you're living on the streets for a while, you gotta look after a number one to survive. Most people don't become thieves for the thrill of it. They do it because they have no other choice.
Well, that's true enough. My family too were in rather dire straits. I almost considered turning to a life of crime to look after them. I didn't see any other way I could take care of all my brothers and sisters. It's truly thanks to my lady.
Neve glances at Aslan.
I mean, Violet, that I didn't succumb to such a wicked lifestyle.
You get what I'm saying? It's rare for thieves to work together. The thief mentality is every man for himself. You make a good case. As you're an expert on this, Fion, I'd like to ask for your opinion. Where do you think the thieves are? Me? I haven't a clue. If I was the one who stole that necklace, I have sold it on the black market as soon as I got my hands on it. Keeping an expensive, easily identifiable piece of jewelry like that on you is just asking for trouble. If any knights happen to find you holding onto something like that, then... Fion draws one finger against her neck.
Yes, you're right about that one too. I was preparing to apprehend your sister over a loaf of bread. 2 years imprisonment seemed like a fitting punishment.
That's still fucking stupid. Fitting punishment, my ass!
If she'd been caught, not with a loaf of bread, but with precious jewelry, she'd almost certainly would have received a death sentence.
Well, ain't that nice to know? Fion spits on the ground. Elena frowns.
Don't be angry with me. I was merely carrying out the law. Punishing criminals like your sister was my duty.
And now you're working with a thief and taking advice from her to boot. Funny how things work out, isn't it?
The irony is not lost on me, but you are an ex-thief now, surely. I may no longer be a knight in Montier, but if I catch you taking things that don't belong to you again, Fion, I won't have any mercy.
Wow, scary stuff.
Fion rolls her eyes.
You can't take your hands off the hilt of your sword. I ain't your enemy now. Oh, you can take your hands off the hilt of your sword. I ain't your enemy now.
Elena glances at her soul. Perhaps she didn't realize where her fingers had stayed because her face turned pale pink. You're right. I apologize. I didn't mean to put my hand on my sword. It must be a reflex. I wasn't truly trying to threaten you. I just wanted to give you a warning.
Yeah, well, I heard you loud and clear.
That's a great way to think of a gal for giving you advice, you know. I realize the three of us have our differences, but we need to work together if we want to solve this case. I appreciate whatever advice you can give us, Fion.
Same here. Well, good.
I'm so glad to see you're all getting along.
This is a rare sight indeed. Though we're all residents of the Nightmare Citadel, Neve, Fion, and Elena have very different personalities, and they rarely spend time with one another unless they have to.
This is quite a nice development. All it took was the possibility of us failing a request with 10,000 gold coin reward for this to happen.
Do Do you want to know what I think about Mad Eye's advice? Please, go ahead.
Enlighten us, Fion. What do you think?
Well, you probably figured out by now, but we've been walking for hours and we haven't found nothing. I think she might have made a mistake.
So the necklace isn't here?
Doesn't look like it. We could keep searching, of course, but we don't have much to go on. It's a wild goose chase. Then, should we turn back?
No, we can't. So long as there's some chance the necklace might be here, we need to keep searching for it, otherwise...
Pardon me.
Otherwise, all the time we've spent will have been wasted. I know how you feel. It's painful to throw away one's hard work, but I agree with Fion. We're searching for shadows here, and it's unlikely we'll find anything new.
Let's cut our losses. It'll be too dark to keep searching soon anyway. Sounds good to me. I'm thinking it's more likely the real criminal is one person, an individual who has a grudge against your family. It's probably back in Linton, laughing at our attempts to find that trinket. Why don't we try and find him? Maybe wipe that smug smirk from their faces. It's been a long time since I got used to my daggers, and I'm itching for a fight.
Oh? Are you sure you're in a fit state to even use your daggers, Fion?
What do you mean by that?
Haven't you been getting a bit soft lately? I think you might have gained some weight.
Neve starts poking at Fion's exposed stomach, a devilish smile on her face. Look at her. How can you not love her? It's just gonna be a compilation of like Charlotte simping over Neve for 12 minutes straight. Hey, get off me! Fion darts several places back, twitching as a lizard. Fion darts several paces back, twitchy as a lizard, and glares at Neve. I mightn't be as strong as I used to be, but I'm more than strong enough to defeat you. Interesting.
Oh, I'm not so sure about that. Would you like to try?
Enough, you two. We haven't completed our objective yet. We need to find the thief, wherever they are.
You're right. I apologize for my shameful conduct.
It's alright. I forgive you. Now, shall we go? It's pitch black out here, and if we linger much longer, we're going to get attacked by monsters.
Black.
Aslan's voice, low and ominous, echoes through the trees. A cold wind blows, making the leaves on the trees rustle. Let me get my charger, just in case.
That's right, it's completely black. The sun has set, the stars are coming out one by one, and the moon is going to rise.
And that's precisely why we need to go. I don't feel like walking back to Linton by the light of the moon, do you?
The light of the moon, is it? Oh.
A low, mournful sigh tears its way from Aslan's throat.
It's too late.
Aslan starts swaying uneasily, her eyes wider than they should be. Her head is tipped back, and her irises are large and empty. Staring. What is she looking at? Is she a werewolf? God damn, what are you going to do, Hell at the Moon? The sky is dark blue and festooned with stars. Clouds roll across the heavens slowly, lazily, but beneath those clouds I know the moon is lurking. It should be a full moon. There's only a few seconds left, and I tried so hard too. I thought I could find the necklace in time, but in the end it didn't work. It's all gone wrong.
Aslan, what is it? What's gone wrong? Everything. Aslan, you're shaking. Are you cold? Maybe you should lie down. I can lend you my scarf if you want. If you feel faint, I can carry you back to Linton. No, I can't go back to Linton. I can't. It's too late. I can't do anything now, and you can't either. Our time is up. It's over, so you have to run. Run? From what? From me. But you... Run, you need to before it's too late. I've never met people my own age I could talk to who were nice to me, who wanted to help me. I've had a lot of fun, even if we were together for only one day, and that's why I don't want to hurt you. You need to run away and leave me before... But Aslan's words falter. Her whole body trembles. The white milky glow of the moon caresses the tops of the trees so they shimmer ominously, just like the shaped tip of Elena's blade. Sharpened tip of Elena's blade. The power of the moon seems to transform everything it touches, turning the forest into an alien landscape I've never seen before. The trees like knives, the branches are needles, the moon is pure white like silt. And Aslan, she's... I'm just thinking of that one fucking analog horror where it's like, come outside, come look at the moon, 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 come outside, 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 look at the moon, it's beautiful tonight, won't you stare at it with me? Look, get out here, let me in, we shall look at the moon together. Transforming. She isn't the same Aslan that I've grown to know over the past 3 days, with her dark hair and her fair skin and her innocent smile. She's grown taller, her limbs are twisting, fur bristles on her face. Over her chest, I'm just thinking of the fucking Hermione cat. Her fingers stretching and elongate into sharp, dangerous claws. Finally, I understand. All the pieces of the puzzle fall into place. The importance Aslan's placed on that necklace. It seems arbitrary. The seemingly arbitrary deadline. Her intense anxiety. Even the unnatural warmth of her body can be explained by this. She's not a normal human. Instead, this whole time she's been a werewolf, I fucking called it. I'm kind of sad because I thought maybe, like, she would be a, like, because of her hair, I thought she'd be like a, like, beautiful purple shining werewolf. Rawr, rawr, bitch, rawr. The wolf that used to be Aslan stands on its hind legs and stare up at the moon. Its mouth is open and like a gaping cavern, and its pointed teeth glisten wickedly in the dark. Oh! I just realized. What if, right? Hear me out. What if it wasn't wolves that killed her parents and the horse and like the driver? It was her because, you know, she was sleeping and it was like a full moon. And the only reason she was alive is because the sun was rising and she transformed back to normal. Oh! Oh! It's coming together now. That's even more fucked. I narrow my eyes.
I might be a powerful witch, but even I can tell. But even I can tell I'll have a few problems with that monster managing to sink its fangs into me. According to the legend, werewolves inflict others through biting them if they don't maul their target to death first. Werewolves were powerful enemies in Asphalt Online. Only high-level players had any hope of taking them down. Oh, I didn't know that. Is that like an actual thing that like werewolves turn other people into like kind of like vampires or zombies? I haven't met a werewolf in the real Asp before, but I doubt this battle will be easy. If this werewolf kills us, we won't be able to respawn at the last checkpoint, and we won't wake up in the room of our inn. We'll die, and even if we don't die, being bitten by Aslan in this state will turn us into werewolves like her. She's a wolf? No way! What are we supposed to do? Everybody keep calm. Let's try and back away slowly. What if we move? That wolf might attack.
No, I think he will attack us regardless.
Maybe we should run then.
Run from a werewolf? It's not possible. Its legs are longer than ours and it has far more muscles. It's faster too. It would catch up to us in seconds and then...
Neve doesn't need to elaborate. We all know what comes after the and then.
So what do we do? I know you always call me puppy, but I don't want to stick around and risk turning into a real wolf.
I don't want to be a wolf's plaything either. I can't die just yet. I'm too young and beautiful.
You really will die if you keep making such a fuss.
Rah, 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 bitch, rah. The wolf's ears twitch. It lowers its head, snout quivering. It glares at us, or to be more precise, Fion. Why, I'm so confused. If she's a werewolf, why would she kill her parents? Wouldn't they also be werewolves as well? She looks... Look, I know she might maul me to death, but I just want to, like, go up to her, like, who's a good girl? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I want to pat the dog. I'm going to pat the dog. Imagine if, like, all werewolves were, like, male, and it's, like, even if, like, you like a female's bitten, like it grows a large wolf dick, and like, you know, fuck me if it ever is like hormonal season, because like nothing's stopping you from being bred, right? And like when the sun comes up, it just fucking falls off. Creatures from all walks of life always glare at Fion. It must be because of her ridiculous outfit. Gulp. Fion swallows. I think it's important to be optimistic, but this does not look good.
Then we have no other choice.
Sparkle, bitch! I face the wolf down, my eyes narrowed. Magic courses through my body, melting my disguise away like snow to reveal my witch's robe. We have to fight. You want us to fight a monster like that? Are you balmy?
There's no other way.
I concur. Elena's figure gripped the hilt of her sword. We simply have to... Oh, but we won't... Like... I don't think we can go at it for hours. Hold on. You get what I mean, like fighting. Get your mind out of the gutter, that's my job. feeling this werewolf is the only recourse available to us right now. We'll just need to be careful. That's easy for you to say. One swipe from the claws and I'll die.
At least you'll be quieter then.
Hey, that's mean! Neve, you take that... Here it comes. My voice, harsh and authoritative, cuts through the stillness of the forest. The werewolf lowers its head, its hind legs tense, the muscle beneath its skin bulging. Before, with a hideous, guttural growl, it charges forth. It charges right at...
Fion!
Ah! Neve pushes Fion away from the beast's claws. Just in time, she raises her hands. Fingers spread, and a burst of magic explodes in the werewolf's face like a powdered keg. What the fuck does that mean? The monster howls and leans back, its eyes squeezed shut, its tail bristling in alarm.
I suppose it didn't expect its prey to fight back. Now, Fion, can you stand?
I'm alright. I'm alright. Neve extends her hand. Fion takes it, and the thief raises shakily to her feet.
I know we don't always see eye to eye, but
thanks for saving me and all. I appreciate it.
Duly noted, but this isn't the time for thank yous now.
Though Neve hit the werewolf with a undoubtedly powerful piece of magic, the beast is already beginning to recover. Rawr, rawr, bitch, rawr, rawr. It blinks, its gray lips curled back in a snarl, and leaps forward once more. I deflect the monster's blow with a spell of my own, and it pivots, obviously dazed. Its eyes land on Elena next. It tries to strike her, but... Oh, no you don't. Elena dashes forward, her hair streams behind her like a cape, the tip of her sword glittering in the moonlight. I see deflects the wolf's claws with her blade. Pretty strong sword to fucking deflect werewolf claws. The wolf, strengthened by its madness, but sapped of any common sense, roars once more. It tried to claw Elena's face with its free paw, but she once more deflects the blow. I won't let you. The cold metallic clash of steel rang through the air. Elena's doing a good job fending off the beast's blow, but it's pushing her back all the same, though its lack in technique it makes up for with brute strength. Elena is a trained knight, and her skills with the sword are impeccable. She's only a human. She isn't strong enough to fight it head on. Sooner or later her stamina will flag. Their difference in sheer power already puts Elena at a disadvantage, but... the way she's holding her sword, that expression on her face, the power behind her strike. This is rather familiar. I've seen it all before. This is exactly how Elena acts when the two of us spar together in the forest. Do you think the fur tickles her tits on the inside of the armor? Or is that just on the outer brim? Oh, it's probably to protect her from the cold then. Her movements are graceful, yes, but grace won't help her overpower a werewolf. She needs to be ruthless too, but she isn't striking the beast in order to kill. She's only trying to defend herself. If I could, I would try to paralyze the monster with a blow, but I can't risk hitting Elena with it too. I don't have any openings. Sure. I grit my teeth together. Elena! You need to put more power into your blows! I know, But... Elena grits her teeth together. Though it may be a monster now, this is still Aslan. I can't kill her. But if you don't use more power, she'll kill you. Don't you see that she's a werewolf? She isn't capable of rational thought right now. You have to bring her down quickly, no matter what it takes. I know that. I know, but Aslan was so glad when she finally managed to make some friends. She entrusted us to find that necklace, and she trusted us too. I don't want to hurt her. Then you'll die, you fool. Rawr, bitch, rawr. Rawr, motherfucker, rawr. The werewolf howls, its rears back on its legs, its wicked teeth glinting, and strikes downwards with its claws. Elena meets the blow with her sword, but it's not enough. Her grip on the hilt is far too weak. Good job, bitch, you're dead. The sword goes flying out of Elena's hands. The weapon arches through the air, shining in the night of the full moon, and lands several feet away by an oak tree. Left with no way to arm herself, all Elena can do is stand there while... Oh, this is painful to watch. Oh, this is painful to watch. What a goody two-shoes. Now's our chance. Let's help her out, Neve. Right. Rah, bitch! Blinding magic! Eat shit! Both Neve and I hold up our palms and say in perfect unison, right. Both Neve and I hold up our palms in perfect what? Burn! What? Oh, I think I must have pressed something by accident. Burn! Burn. All of a sudden, flames shoot out of fingertips. The flames engulf the monster before it can catch Elena across the side of her face with its claw. The monster recoils, screaming, while Elena scrambles for her sword. She picks it up, her fingers tighten around the hilt, breathing heavily. Her hair is mussed and her clothes are rumpled, but it doesn't look like she's sustained any serious injury. Oh, is it an actual different sprite or is it the same? I can't really tell the difference. The wolf didn't get you, did it? No, it was a close call, but I managed to duck beneath its claw just before I could bring them down. If I had been any slower, it would have ruined my face. Well, we can't have that now, can we? Viola? You're my precious knight, Elena. I'm not going to let any monster ruin your good looks, even if that monster is a cute girl herself. That's a criminal offense. I always thought your fondness for pretty girls was a weakness, rather than a strength. Not that I think you're particularly pretty. Me neither, but Viola's judgment is rather curious. Certainly it is. I wouldn't presume to question my lady's taste, but some of her recent acquisitions. Neve glances at Fion. I can't say I understand them. I don't think I'm worthy of fighting for myself, but if you're willing to put your life on the line for my sake, then I need to answer in turn. I'll fight with my full strength, too, even if that monster did used to be Aslan. Elena glances at the wolf. It's still staggering, its fur singeing and burnt, but most of the fire has already gone out. In Asf Online, werewolves had a very high magical resistance stats because of their thick coat. I suppose the real Asf is no different. The wolf might be Aslan, but that's why. Elena's fingers tighten around the hilt of her blade with a newfound determination. That's why I need to take her down. Aslan is kind, a gentle girl. She would never want to hurt anybody, so I need to stop her while I still have a chance. Elena pushes off against the ground with her foot and darts forward, sword in hand. Enchant. I utter one word and Elena's sword begins to pulsate with magic, blades glistening, turning to gold. Hey, Viola! What did you do? It's a useful strengthening spell. If you hit the monster with your sword now, its wounds won't close, and the wolf will slowly be sapped of strength. Well, thanks, but I can do this on my own. How cocky. You must have rubbed off on me. Now I'll show you the real results of my training. The werewolf tips its head back and howls in anguish, but Elena doesn't falter. Fight to the death, achievement unlocked. Take this! She continues to slice the monster with her blade. With each blow, golden sparks flicker in the air. That must be the effect of my strengthening spell. The werewolf tried to retaliate, but Elena is too fast. She dances about its claws, ducking and dodging before the claws can catch her. Here! Elena jumps up in the air, her fingers tightening around her sword, and drive the blade deeper into the monster's back. The monster howls. It thrashes wildly in obvious pain. It lashes out with one of its forearms. Ah! Elena jumps out of the monster's way before it can catch her, but she doesn't have the time to pull the blade out of its back. Her sword remains embedded in the monster's hide, but that's exactly what I wanted. The enchanted blade should serve as a constant thorn in the monster's side. As long as the blade is digging into its back, the wolf's strength will continue to dwindle, and its magical resistance should wane too. If the monster is weakened enough, I might even be able to bind it with my magical chains. I can't yet, though it's still too soon. The monster has too much fight in it. Left without a weapon, all Elena can do is dodge when the monster once more lashes out with its claws. Hey, this is payback for trying to cut up my pretty face earlier, you jerk! The air ripples. Two daggers fly through the air. Their tips shine beneath the moonlight. The daggers catch the monster in its side. They only graze it, nicking its fur, and it's enough to stop the monster pursuing Elena. The wolf rears its head back, ears fluttered against its skull, and oh, thank you, against it, and glares at Fion. Let me take off my gloves to eat. You know what I was thinking of? I was just thinking, right? Because I was thinking, like, I don't think I could ever, at least not spiders, right? I don't think I could ever eat, like, insects, and I don't know why, right? Because, like, if you think about it, shrimp and, like, shrimp and crabs are shit are just sea insects. So, like, what makes them any different from, like regular insects and, like, you know, eating them, you know? And I don't understand. Like, I know they're edible. Like, anything is edible, right? Most things are edible. But it's like, just the... I guess it's just the look of them, really. I got another question, right? Let's say you die, right? Or you get killed, and you have a spot in heaven, right? If you kill the person that killed you as a ghost, do you go, yeah, you kind of lost your spot in heaven, or is it because it's already, like, reserved? It's like, well, I mean, can't really do anything now. For those who are curious about what I'm eating, it's like cheese, egg, and bacon on a sandwich. And I'm only saying this because I feel like if people ask in the future, I'm gonna forget. That was actually really good. The wolf rears its head back, ears flutter against its skull, and glares at Fion. Yo! The thief girl smiles and waves its conquittishly at us. Sorry. Let me redo that. The thief girl smiles and waves conquittishly at our assailant. I bet you thought I was out of the running, huh? Well, I even have a few tricks up my sleeves. Here! Fion draws 2 more blades out of the pouch and attached it to her pelt. Oh shit. What, is that supposed to happen? She met the monster. She met the monster as it rushed towards her and parries its claws with her knives. Though it has a sword protruding from its back, the wolf still has a lot of fight left in its muscular body. It strikes Fion over and over again. Its blows growing more stronger both from pain and desperation. Maybe it knows it's outmatched. Oh, you can see this, like, the white stuff. The wolf can instinctively sense that it can't hope to take all of us down, and that's why it's focusing on Fion. She's the smallest, the slightest. She could be the weakest. She should be, but... Ha! Tenacious bastard, ain't ya? You got a lot of fight fear for such a fair lady. I was too quick to judge, Aslan. But I ain't going down easily, either. I have my own pride as a thief. Fion matches the monster's movement. She ducks beneath its claws and caves the monster's chest with one of her daggers. Wouldn't that just be dagger, rather than daggers? The monster staggers back once more, howling and... See you in hell, bitch! Let me help you. I want to show my lady what I'm capable of. Boing. Sorry, did her tits get bigger? I'm sorry, I thought... sorry. Just genuine question. I thought, like... Sorry, I'll shut up now. Neve shoots another fireball at the monster's back. The monster thrashes. Half of its body's on fire and the smell of burning flesh fills the air. It waves to and fro, its eyes swiveling wildly inside their sockets. It doesn't know who to attack first. Should take down Neve with her devastating darkling magic, or Fion, who's quick and handy with her daggers. Maybe you could try to attack Elena, who still doesn't have a weapon, but... Too slow! Fion sends 2 more daggers flying through the air. They both catch the monster, sinking into its hind leg. The beast staggers forwards, its front legs meeting the ground. Now on all fours, it looks less like a fearsome monster, more like a lost, frightened puppy. All of a sudden, I'm struck with sympathy for the beast. Aslan knew she would transform into a werewolf without her necklace. That's why she wanted to find it so badly. Pardon me. She didn't want us to learn about her secret. She didn't want to hurt us. That being the case, I'll have to grant Aslan her wish. Bind. Magical ropes fly through the air. They wrap around the monster, cinching its legs to its furry stomach and wrapping around its muzzle. The monster writhed on the ground like a stuck bug, crunching loose leaves and twigs in its wake. It's trying to escape, but to no avail. The monster has weakened too much. The monster has been weakened too much, and my magic is too strong. Now, let's put an end to this. I approach the fallen werewolf. It's still straining against its binding, but the enchanted sword lodged in its back has zapped it of most of its energy. It's weak, too weak to breathe its binding, too weak to break its binding, and too weak to resist my magic. In this state, I should be able to force it back into its original form. I bend down to the forest floor beside the beast and extend one hand, my palm glow with magical energy.
My lady.
Neve stares at me, her eyes wide.
What are you doing exactly?
I'm going to end this for good.
But you're putting yourself in danger if it gets free.
It won't. Trust me. I'm going to seal this beast away once and for all.
Once and for all? But sealing away a curse like this, that's incredibly powerful magic.
Then it's a fortune. I'm an incredibly powerful witch, isn't it? Or do you think I'll be unable to pull this off?
Oh, no, that's not what I meant, my lady. I'm sure you can do it. Anything is possible for you. You can even make the stars fall if you wanted. I just meant the strain this spell will put on your body. It'll be too difficult even for you to handle.
I know it will. But that's a risk I'm prepared to take. I need to ensure that this... I look at the bound werewolf. Never happens again. Hey, wait a second. I'm a little lost here. What's going on exactly? I'm going to get rid of the werewolf's curse. Which means Aslan will no longer transform during a full moon. She'll be able to live her life as a normal girl without relying on magical trinkets to suppress her curse. Wow, you can do that? It's possible, yes. Even the most devastating of curses can be reversed, no matter how they were wrought.
But werewolf magic is very complex. Many humans have tried and failed to contain these sorts of arcane curses.
That feeling of my nose being blocked. Like, not feeling, but it sounds like it.
If you make a mistake, the effect will be devastating.
Then it's a good thing I don't make mistakes, isn't it?
But going this far, all for Aslan's sake? I don't understand. Why are you doing this for her? Why are you putting yourself in danger for a girl you hardly know?
It's difficult to say. I suppose it's just one of my whims. I can't let a pretty girl suffer. And with that, I turn my attention back to the restrained wolf. Aslan. I press my palms gently against the wolf's singed, blackened coat. The wolf's body is covered in cuts and lacerations, and it smells like a Korean barbecue. I wouldn't know what that smells like. Is it like a normal barbecue, but Korean? That begs the question, what the fuck does Korean smell like? What, like, it's like Australian barbecue. What the fuck does Australian smell like? Its eyes are filled with pain. It suffered. We made the wolf suffer a great deal, but no longer. I'm going to make all the suffering go away. I'm sorry I couldn't find your necklace in time, Aslan. I hope this is payment enough. I close my eyes, my white lashes melding together, and focus my all, every single part of my very being, into the fallen wolf before me. Imagine images of Aslan flicker through my mind like a kaleidoscope. Is that how you spell it? Aslan's limp, lifeless body in my arms, her head pressed against my chest. Aslan's legs curled around mine, her hair fawning across her pillow in her sleep. Her wide-eyed, surprised expression as Mad-Eye embraced her. Neve's right. I don't know Aslan very well. We're virtual strangers, but I know this girl has suffered a great deal in her life. She's been cooped up inside her home for years. She's never had an opportunity to make friends. I want to try and not erase. I want to try and ease her suffering just a little. I know that doesn't sound like something the so-called Dark Witch would say, but to Aslan, I'm not the Dark Witch, Viola. I'm the Adventurer, Violet. I guess that makes this alright. Doing a good deed every once in a while shouldn't harm my reputation too much. Magic pours from my body like a stream. It envelops the wolf in a warm, glowing, gentle glow. I have to focus harder than I've ever focused before. I might be one of the strongest mages in Asp, but breaking a curse like this really is difficult.
Pardon me.
Aslan has been living with this curse for a long time. It infiltrated every inch of her body, from the tips of her toes to the nerves inside her brain. I need to try and contain it. I have to seal it. I have to help her. Wow! Her whole body's covered in light. It looks like Aslan is changing. Amazing! It's so pretty! Just a little more and maybe... I've never seen anything like this before. I guess my lady really is the most powerful witch there is. The voices of my companions sound faint and far away. My grip on reality is starting to slacken. I can barely hear the sound of the wind, but the pounding of my heart has never been louder. This is the first time I've been so very aware of my own body, my own mortality. I might be the great dark witch, but I'm still human. If I'm cut, I'll bleed. There are things I can't do, even in the world of Asp. All magic can be reversed, but all magic has its limits, said limits being the frail, fragile bodies of the humans who try to manipulate it. I can feel my consciousness fading. All my strength is leaving my body, but I can't stop now. I can do this. I have to. My lady, are you alright? All of a sudden my heart, constricts inside my chest. My lady, please. I don't have the energy to twitch my fingertips. Answer me, please, answer me. My body slips sideways, unable to support itself. No, this can't be. It can't. The last thing I think before doctors claims my consciousness is, maybe I overdid it after all. Bonk. I sleep for what feels like forever. Well, I call it sleep, but I don't have any dreams. I can't hear any sounds, nor smell any smells. My body is completely oblivious to the outside world. My mind drifts in a sea of darkness. It feels like I've fallen in the murky depths of the deep, dark pit, and I can't claw my way out. Time passes, though I cannot sense it. I can't sense anything until I'm jerked awake by a sharp pain in my head. The pain pulsates behind my closed eyelids, the first sensation that's been able to reach my body for a long time. It's a shame my awakening couldn't be more pleasant. It feels like my brain is on fire, stirring against my skull to escape. I don't like how long it's been since I collapsed. I don't know where I am or even who I am. What's going on? What? I crack one eyelid open slowly and then the other. Am I covered in blood? Fucking hell. Everything looks blurry. Where am I? Is this that's like my real name, right? Not Viola. This doesn't look like my room. My lady, oh, my lady. I can hear a familiar voice. Pregnant with relief to my right. What? Who is it? Who would call me my lady anyway? I might be a respected lawyer, but that's taking things a little bit too far. I try to tilt my head, but it hurts too much. I feel like I'm going to be sick. Oh, my lady, thank goodness. I was so worried. Fingers intertwined with mine, squeezing tightly. Whoever the worried party is by my bedside, they must care about me a lot. Could it be my mother or my father? But no, they would never call me my lady. Why would they? Anyway, my parents are back in Sapporo. I live in Tokyo. I haven't seen them in years. Images begin to dance through my head like ember, one after another. I swear, if it kind of restarts to the set and it's like a loop, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Images begin to dance through my head like embers, one after another. Tall, skinny trees, the full moon, a howling wolf. Wolf? I'm sure I've never seen a wolf before, except in movies and video games. I don't think there are any wolves left in Japan. Even if there were, I'd never been hiking or camping in my life. Why then does this image, no, not an image, but a memory, feel so real? Did I really see a wolf? Then it would logically follow that. Am I in the hospital? Oh no, you're in the inn, my lady. The inn? Yes. I did think about getting a physician to attend to you, but I didn't want to leave you. I was terrified you would stop breathing without me. The person by my side, judging by the tone of their voice, I'm sure their girl shudders. When you collapsed in the forest, I was convinced you were dead. I was so scared. Oh, thank goodness, thank goodness. I'm glad my healing magic helped a little bit. Magic, I don't... I blink, I frown, and then all of a sudden everything comes rushing back to me. I'm not, Kotone anymore, and this isn't Japan. I'm Viola, the feared dark witch, and I'm living in the realm of Asp. The girl sitting by my side, her eyes wide with worry and her fingers linked with mine, is my trusted maid, Neve. How could I forget? Oh, please, I'm sorry I worried you. Don't look at me like that. I'm so sorry. Neve? The aftermath achievement unlocked. I grip my maid's fingers with newfound strength while my malaise slowly begins to fade. Is that because of Neve's healing magic? If so, I should thank her later. The pounding in my head is incredibly painful, but I'm sure it would be 3 times worse without Neve. What happened in the forest? Did I really pass out? Yes, my lady. You just flopped over like a rag doll, and then... Neve sniffles. I've never been more afraid before in my life. Not even when you met that werewolf? That was nothing compared to the fear I felt back then. If you had died, my lady, Neve sniffles. Her eyes begin to bead with tears. Is she crying for me? I hope not. I don't want to hurt her, not like this. I don't know what I'd do with myself. I don't think I want to live in a world without you. Oh, Neve, you silly girl. I lift one arm to wipe the tears from her eyes. My muscles feel a bit sore, but at least I'm able to move without feeling sick. I wouldn't die, not like that. I am the great dark witch Viola, remember? Yes, I know. It was silly of me. I shouldn't have believed. I should have believed in you, but that spell you cast was a very powerful magic. I'd never seen anything like it before. Well, I'm glad I got to show you something special. I dropped my arm back to my side and sigh. Still, passing out like that wasn't very cool. In fact, it's kind of embarrassing. Oh no, I think you were amazing, my lady. Really? Yes, it was very brave and noble of you putting your own life on the line to help Aslan. Your selflessness only made me love you all the more. Oh, my heart. Neve's eyes narrow. Though if anything had happened to you, I would never have forgiven Aslan. I would have had to break into her house and teach her a lesson. Ow. Then I'm glad I didn't die. I wouldn't want you undoing all my hard work. I cast that spell so I could help Aslan live a normal life. It would be rather aggravating if you killed her. Oh, I wouldn't kill her. Even if she did cause us a lot of trouble, I'm not that cruel. I'd just disfigure her a bit. How can you disfigure somebody a bit? I don't know. I'd cut off her thumbs or maybe shatter her kneecaps. Oh no. Oh. She literally feels the same way about me the way I feel the same way about her. It's kind of startling. Sorry, I apologize. My eyes wandered a bit, but like that sure kind of bothers me because like, well, I guess the arm is like, I wouldn't say it's pushing like against. So like, why does like chest look so squished? You know, a part of me doesn't mind the look, but it's like a part of me like look like, 'cause it's not like she's pushing her like arms against her chest, making it like that. You know what I mean? Either way, it would be in your honor. I don't know if I want you disfiguring anybody in my honor. I sigh. I'm going to need to keep a tight leash on you, Neve. You can be rather frightening at times. Only when your life is in danger. A pause. Or when anybody is slighting? Or when anybody is slighting your name, or refusing to show you proper respect, or causing you difficulties, or... Alright, I get the message. I laughed beneath my breath. Neve might be a handful, but she's my handful. I'm glad she's so loyal. It's nice, in a way, to have such a devoted servant. If only she wasn't borderline psychopathic, she'd be perfect. So, where are Fion and Elena? I don't see them. They took Aslan back to her home, while I carried you to our inn. I thought you needed a rest. I stripped your clothes and washed your back when you were unconscious, and then I sat by your side waiting for you to open your eyes. I can see that. I was wondering why I was wearing my underwear. And how long have I been passed out? 2 hours and 34 minutes exactly. And she's only acting like this because, don't get me wrong, I appreciate her caring, but I thought maybe it's been like maybe 5 days or a week, but she really can't go 2 hours without me? that kind of raises the other question, right? Is because it's like she at that point she thought I was dead, right? She genuinely thought I was dead. So she still took me back to the end, undressed me, changed me in clothes, in the hopes that I would wake up. Because like in another reality, she probably did that to a corpse, just watching me decay, waiting for me to wake up, just sitting there, slowly watching my corpse like dissolve and decay, waiting for me to wake up, not believing that like I could truly be dead, waiting for me to, oh, that's making me sad. Oh, but now I'm just thinking of like a like little adventure, like spin-off adventure, where it's like where it's basically Neve, right, taking over other worlds, because if she can't be happy then no one can, but she happened to come across our main one and is trying to take us back to her world, right? And it's the whole villainy arc of like the other Neve and shit, and it's like trying to like take over these worlds for her, like her honor. But you know, because of like her version of me passed away, she's like unhinged, like genuinely fucking psychotic. Like kinda like keeps the corpse, doesn't do anything with it, not like that, but like more just waiting for her to wake up, but still like greets her as if she's awake. And like basically does the normal stuff, just waiting by her side, waiting for her to like get up. And like just imagine, right, like this whole world overtaken by one darkling, right, all in the name of her mistress that is no longer around. Like a genuine fucking threat, like completely unhinged, and her psyche's just not there. She's just fucking snapped. So like trying to like of course you're stronger than her, right? But like she's second strongest in the world. So she's trying to kidnap you or take you back to her world by force. But of course, our Neve, the present one, is very, you know, against that. But the problem is, our Neve is way weaker than the other Neve, right? Because of like, it's not that Neve used any of like my books from the other world to like get stronger. She was already strong, but it's more this snap psyche unleashed like dark power that made her unbelievably strong. So like even if like our Neve would try and fight the other Neve, she would lose, kind of thing. And this is, yeah, sorry, I'm kind of going off on a different rampage. This is just how creative my brain can get. And then it goes from like, oh yeah, this is like a genuine threat, and then the spin-offs is like kind of like silly antagonist type of villain rather than a true terrifying threat of like I hate you because you know you won't come with me, but like is just imagine rolling around in bed kissing a photo of her that she like took without permission, like some yandere shit. So there's Neve, and then there's like borderline personality crazy Neve, right? That kind of, her psyche kind of gives her different personalities. Like she can be yandere, she can be tsundere, like different types of like personalities depending on how she's feeling. You kept track of that closely? Naturally. Neve puffs out her chest proudly.
It's my duty to look after you, my lady.
Sometimes I think you go above and beyond your call of duty. Not that I don't appreciate it. So what happened to Aslan? Did the spell work?
Well, the spell did work, partially.
What do you mean, partially?
Aslan isn't a werewolf anymore, at least not in the traditional sense. Your magic managed to undo the werewolf's curse. She shouldn't transform into a wolf during the next full moon, but her ears, they are, well, she still has the ears of a wolf, and a bushy tail too.
Oh, I see. I thought it was gonna be like kind of like a furry design, like I'm gonna be honest. I was thinking kind of like my brain went to kind of like, you know, the VTuber Buff. I don't know if it's just Buff or there's like a longer name, but you know, like the werewolf version of her. That's what I was thinking, right? You know, without the abs and scars and stuff, but kind of like, you know, like that. But that's what my brain was imagining, just like a purple version of her. Or at least like, because I really don't understand, because it's like, she had purple hair, but she wasn't a purple werewolf. It's confusing. I wonder if that would happen because I couldn't complete the spell. I passed out before it was finished, so perhaps some wolfish features were left behind. Well, at least she doesn't have a snout. Do you think the ears and tail will go away when the morning comes, or will she be stuck like that?
It's hard to say. We'll have to visit her. We'll have to pay a visit to her this... We'll have to pay a visit...
What?
We'll have to pay a visit tomorrow.
But Neve doesn't look very pleased about this idea.
Well, at least this case is solved. We didn't find the necklace, but you managed to remove Aslan's curse all the same. Removing a curse is always better than using a magical item to regulate it. That necklace was like putting a bandage over a festering wound. It's not a long-term solution. Aslan shouldn't need the powers of that necklace any longer, though I do wonder what happened to it. Why was it taken and who took it? Did the thief really steal it so they could sell it? I have a thought or two about that. You do?
That's right. Aslan was going to be married, wasn't she?
Indeed. The necklace was supposed to be used as her wedding ceremony. That was what we heard, anyway.
Oh, I don't doubt that part. The necklace was a family heirloom as well as a magical talisman. But think about Aslan's personality. Is she the sort of person who could marry somebody without telling him the whole truth about herself?
No.
Neve shakes her head.
No, I don't know the girl very well. She seems honest to a fault. I doubt she'd feel comfortable lying to her future life partner.
Exactly. I bet Aslan told her fiancé that she was cursed. Maybe she tried to keep it to herself while they were courting. Io probably told her to hold her tongue, but Aslan would have felt too guilty. A week before the wedding ceremony, after she had accepted Siren's proposal, Aslan must have told him the truth. Now what do we know about the Destate family?
They have a lot of pride. That head butler of theirs was particularly arrogant.
Indeed, knowing the truth about Aslan's condition, would Siren have gone ahead with the wedding?
It seems unlikely.
Then that's probably what happened. Siren no longer wanted to marry Aslan, but he didn't want to break off their engagement a week before the wedding. Suspending Aslan would have harmed his reputation. Instead, he concocted a plan so he wouldn't have to marry her. He hired somebody to steal the necklace, or else he took it himself. Siren was Aslan's fiancée. After all, he wouldn't need an excuse to go into her room. It would be easier for him to steal it than any thief. Of course, it all makes sense. If it was revealed to the public that Aslan was a werewolf, nobody would have made Siren go through with the marriage. He would have been free, and his reputation would be intact. Wait. He would have been free, and his reputation would be intact. That's right. He's the mastermind behind all of this, and I'm willing to bet that's why his butler wouldn't let us into the estate home. The necklace must be in there somewhere. That's where he's been hiding it. That's what I think, at least. Pardon me. I can't be completely sure, but I think it would be rather interesting if the four of us went to search in his home tomorrow. Sorry. It takes Fion and Elena another 30 minutes to return to the end. Apparently, Io was thanking them so much for returning Aslan back home safe and sound. It took a long while before they could escape. When all four of us assembled in the end, I told them my suspicions. Together, we decided that come the following morning, we will go to the estate home and find that necklace, no matter what it takes. The night passes and I fall asleep quickly. My body is still drained from using such a powerful spell, and I need all the rest I can get. Come the morning, the four of us get ready to conduct the final stage of our investigation. Our clothes are a little torn and muddy from our grueling fight with the werewolf, but Neve fixes them with some simple magic. Thoroughly prepared, we make our way once more to the gates of the estate home. There, we run into the estate family butler, just as I expected. Oh, hello, you're adorable. You kind of look like a bobcat. I know it's still like show thighs, but the outfit bothers me because it's like, if it's like a dress, it should be down. Sometimes I feel like they try too much. Let me in, Marion. I'm Lady Aslan Chastain, and I have a right to see my future fiancé, don't I? But there's somebody else by the gates I thought for sure would still be in bed, recovering from the events of last night. Evidently, I misjudged her. She's stronger than she looks. Aslan stands there, looking both taller and prouder than I had ever seen her. She's still fairly short, but the fluffy canine ears sprouting from her head give her a bit more height, especially when they're pointed up like that. The fluffy tail protruding from the bottom of her gown bristles. I guess my spell didn't work properly after all. Aslan will no longer turn into a werewolf come the full moon, but she's now forever stuck with wolf ears and wolf's tail. I think her nails look a little longer too, and so do her teeth. Well, Aslan's still cute. Do you think if she bites my neck playfully, will I turn into a werewolf, or does it not work no more? I hope she wasn't too attached to her pink fleshy human ears, though. Oh, I just oh, what the fuck, I realized she has 4 ears now. Come in. Hello.
Close the door.
Yeah. Okay, just let me save this.
I need it.
Because I was playing God of War, but, you know, then I got stuck on something.
Oh, yes.
What? Oh, return, sorry, I thought that meant, like, main menu. One, two, three. Okay, so there's only two more. Okay, so yeah, so there's two more.